welcome to the 5-minute meetup. This is a 5-minute video I do usually on Fridays, but for the wonderful month of NaNoWriMo, I am doing it on Tuesdays. And these 5-minute meetups for the whole month of November, because it is National Novel Writing Month, aka NaNoWriMo, are all based on NaNoWriMo tips. So these are tips that I'm sharing throughout the whole month of November to kind of help you on your journey through NaNoWriMo. If you want to see the one I posted last week, you can check it out over here. And today we're talking about dealing with feelings of failure. So in the past, when I have failed NaNoWriMo, it's really been around this time period, which feels so early. Like I wish I could say for my past self that I had gotten farther, but I honestly feel like when you start to feel like you're feeling nano, or when you drop out from nano, I honestly feel like it happens earlier on, because in the beginning, if you don't hit that momentum, if you feel like you're falling behind, I think that's when it's so easy to kind of tap out and feel like you failed and get bogged down by those feelings. In the past, when I felt like that, I've just completely ghosted the whole NaNoWriMo thing. I stopped writing. I stopped posting about NaNoWriMo on social media. I stopped interacting with people that were talking about NaNoWriMo. I just pretended like the whole thing didn't exist. And this video today is all about kind of helping out with those feelings so that you don't do that, because I've honestly never felt great doing that. And I think there's so much progress you can still do, even if you're not going to hit those NaNoWriMo goals that you set out for yourself. And that it's important to talk about these feelings of failure, because there's still a lot you can accomplish without hitting NaNoWriMo goals. And 50,000 words is, if it's not it for you, then it's not it for you. I would really suggest reassessing your goal. Maybe your goal is now that you sit down every day for an hour or half an hour and you write, and just that consistent commitment is your new goal. Maybe your goal is you just write 500 words instead of 1,667 words. That you adjust your goal to something that you can achieve so you can still feel that feeling of achievement at the end of NaNoWriMo. And something to note is, often when people start NaNoWriMo, even when you're failing, oftentimes you're doing a lot more work than you would have done otherwise. Like when I start Nano, even if you've only hit 500 words every day, were you doing that the week before you started Nano? Maybe you weren't. Probably you weren't. I certainly wasn't. But starting and doing that has created a consistency that you didn't previously have, and that's still super valuable. That means something, that's progress, and that's, even though that's not hitting the NaNoWriMo threshold, it's still completely valid. So my advice, if you're feeling those feelings of failure at this point in time, is to consider adjusting your goal, but also feel your feelings. They're valid and they're important. And sometimes you kind of just need to wallow a bit, but also knowing that a lot of other people are doing that. I think social media is the sort where people often post when they are achieving and don't post so much when they don't feel they're achieving their goals. But I think there are a lot of people out there right now that are dealing with those feelings of failure, or feeling behind, or feeling like they are rapidly trying to catch up to everybody else in NaNoWriMo. So you're really not the only person that's struggling with those feelings if you are. I think really what NaNoWriMo comes down to is that it's about community. It's about the fact that everybody is writing at this one time together, trying to reach their writing goals, and how you can lean on each other to get that support while you're trying to meet those goals too. And you can still get that no matter how much you're writing per day. It doesn't really matter. You can still achieve that, and you can still feel involved in NaNoWriMo, even if you're not gonna hit those goals and so on, win NaNoWriMo. I feel like even though you win NaNoWriMo and that's awesome, I also don't think the natural opposite needs to be that you have failed NaNoWriMo. You haven't completed it, but that doesn't mean you're never gonna complete your book. That doesn't mean you're never going to achieve word count goals. You can still do all of that. And so really my advice to people that are dealing with these feelings right now is, don't do what I did. Don't drop off the face of the earth unless that's very necessary for your mental health, which sometimes it is. But if you feel that you can still be engaged in the community, I would take advantage of that time to still get progress, even if it's not that NaNoWriMo goals of progress. And that's all I have for you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please comment with any other words of encouragement that you may have for people that are feeling like a little bit downtrodden at this point in NaNoWriMo, so that we're all kind of lifting each other up in a happy comment circle. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe by hitting that subscribe button. All through the month of NaNoWriMo, I'm going to be doing these advice videos on Tuesdays and a weekly NaNoWriMo vlog on Fridays, and then a special final NaNoWriMo video on the 30th, which is also my birthday. So thanks so much for watching. Bye.